Well, Community and Corporate Partnerships Manager from Volunteer Toronto, Camara Chambers, is here. We love to have her here to talk about the great work that Volunteer Toronto does. And from Timeraiser, Noorin Ladhani. Good to have you both here.
Thank you.
Now, just in case no one's ever seen you on the show before, we should get just an overview of what Volunteer Toronto is all about.
So Volunteer Toronto is a charity. We've been around for 40 years now, so quite a long time. And our whole aim is really to connect people to volunteer opportunities. So we're really the starting place for anyone who wants to volunteer in the city. At any one time, we have around 1,000 opportunities on our website. You just go there, have a look, and then apply to the organizations directly.
I love it, because we all want to give our time, but we might not know where to start. This is the place to start. All the stuff that's available is right there, and you can find what you're looking for based on your interests.
Exactly.
Right?
You can search by interest, time available, the kind of people you want to help. Really, any kind of search is available.
Now, what is this partnership you've developed with Timeraiser?
So we've been supporting Timeraiser from the beginning, essentially. And Timeraiser is a really interesting event. It's essentially a silent art auction where rather than actually bidding your money, you bid your time. So you pledge to volunteer a certain amount of hours for
Instead
a certain...
of fundraiser, it's Timeraiser.
Exactly.
Aha, I get it
And
now.
then it's great for the organisations involved because they get some volunteers out of it. And then the people that actually volunteer get some artwork out of it.
So cool. So we'll have the regular silent auction items, right, that we would see anywhere else. Weekend for two away here and a golf bag and all those sorts of things, right?
Yes.
But instead of writing down the number value, what do we write down?
Well, essentially, you write down how many hours you want to give.
Really?
Typically, most of the auction items are actually pieces of artwork, and then some of them are cultural experiences instead. But once you see a piece of art that you actually want, you'll say, I'm willing to give, say, 30 hours over the next year, and I will volunteer at some organisation during that time, and then you essentially do it. And if you win the piece of artwork, then you start volunteering and you'll get it at the end.
Aha! You have to do the volunteer
You do have to
work
volunteer,
first.
yes.
That's a brilliant idea. So people are going to be bidding, trying to outbid each other with their time. Is that right?
Exactly.
They're bidding their time, not their money. So we ask people, what's more valuable than your time? So that's what we have people bid with, their skills and their volunteer hours.
Fantastic. And you give them a year to complete this?
Yes, so it's
That
quite
seems
a lot of
reasonable.
time.
Okay, so what organizations are going to be there? Will we be getting some volunteer ideas?
Yeah, so I know there are quite a number of organisations that will be there on Saturday. It's happening on Saturday. There are around 30 organisations that will be there on the day, and those include organisations like Habitat for Humanity, there's Ronald McDonald House, there's Sprint Senior Care. There are quite a number of organisations, a nice range. So regardless of what your cause interest is, I'm sure you'll find an organisation there that you'd like to volunteer for.
Great, yeah. So then we say, I will donate 30 hours to Habitat for Humanity, and somebody will keep track of all that information and make sure that you follow through in it. What do you do if people bail on their commitment? Is there a squad that comes around and chops off their feet or anything? How are you gonna follow up?
Well, we use a program called Civic Footprint, and we have our volunteers track their hours. And if we keep in constant contact with the volunteers that have won pieces of art, and if someone approaches us saying they can't finish, we'll connect with the runner-up. And the great thing about Timeraiser is actually you can volunteer anywhere, not just with one organization. So you might make a great connection with Habitat for Humanity and volunteer with them, and then decide you want to spend some time and volunteer elsewhere. So we provide an opportunity to not only meet with nonprofit organizations, but also expand your volunteer range and connect with causes, multiple causes that you care about.
Sounds like the artists are donating their time as well, right? Because they're not getting money for their work.
They actually are. We pay fair market value up to $1,000 per piece. And it's actually been a great program. This year will be paying over $100,000 to artists for their work.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you're getting really good quality stuff here. You're going to be wanting to bid your time, right? Now, other events have taken place in other parts of the country already, some of these Timeraisers. So how did they work out?
They were great. We actually raised over 22,000 volunteer hours. We held 6 events on May 8th across the country and coast to coast, St. John's to Vancouver. And we were really pleased with the number of nonprofits that came out, the amazing art that we were able to bid off, and the number of hours we were able to raise. And so we're really hoping to hit a goal of 30,000 hours on May 24th at the Toronto Timeraiser, which is taking place at the Power Plant Contemporary Art Gallery downtown Toronto.
Okay. How many do we want? 30?
Our overall goal is 30,000 hours. We're hoping to raise 8,000 more.
Okay. Well, I think it's doable. So we have to get some tickets. Where do we get tickets?
Yes. Tickets are available at timeraiser.ca/Toronto. You just hit the buy ticket button and you can get tickets there. We also have tickets available at the door. So if you don't have a chance to get them earlier, then please feel free to drop by the night of and buy your tickets.
And as well, Volunteers Toronto is actually doing a competition. So if you would like to win a pair of tickets to go to Timeraiser on Saturday, all you have to do is tweet us. Our Twitter account is @VolunteerTO. If you tweet us today, so Thursday, 22nd of May, before 5 p.m, and tell us why you want to go to the event, we're going to choose the best reason. We'll get in touch with you if you win, and we'll tell you how to get the tickets.
Oh, fantastic. It sounds like a terrific event. Besides the silent auction, what else will we be enjoying?
So it's going to be super fun. Traditionally, we've only had art to bid on at our events, and this year we do have cultural items. So we are auctioning off memberships to the AGO, and if you win that, you actually get a private tour by one of upcoming exhibit curator, which is really cool. VIP experience at the National Ballet of Canada, and if you win that, you also get signed point shoes and a signed souvenir booklet. We also have choir performing the night of the event. We're screening footage from Nuit Blanche, so we have in a film called 12 Hour Dolly. So we have a lot of really exciting, interesting things happening that night.
Sounds like it. So for more information, volunteertoronto.ca has the details, and also Timeraiser.ca, right?
Yes, that's right.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks so
Thank you.
much.
So again, volunteertoronto.ca and Timeraiser.ca. Go have some fun and volunteer your time. When we come back, some safety tips for healthy and happy boating this summer.